Jung-Hoo Lee. Here's a shot. Adios, pelota. Still going back. Goodbye. Jung-Hoo Lee. Is he a primetime guy or what?
Lee's first career He's known as the grandson of the wind.
At the wall. Goodbye. Jung-Hoo Lee.
Jung-Hoo Lee descends from Korean baseball royalty. His father, Jung-Bom Lee, was called the Son of the Wind, a Korean baseball organization MVP, 6-time Golden Glove winner, 13-time All-Star, and 2-time Korean Series MVP, known for the effortless, breezy speed that made him such a formidable leadoff presence. So by the time Jung-Hoo Lee debuted in the KBO at age 18 in 2017, he was already a sensation in Korea. And despite the pressure that came with his pedigree, he more than lived up to his potential. The two Lees became the first father-son duo to lead the league in batting average, to each win MVPs, and to garner the most votes for the league's All-Star game. And the younger Lee led the KBO in jersey sales from 2019 to 2023. He was a hero in his homeland. But when Jung-Hoo Lee made the jump to Major League Baseball by signing with the San Francisco Giants prior to the 2024 MLB season, he was anything but a household name here. If anything, he was more likely to be known as Jung-Hoo Lee. The strictest of seamheads were aware that the then 25-year-old Lee had terrific plate discipline, had recently logged a career-high home run total, and was a dynamic defender. He had been the league's Rookie of the Year in 2017 and the KBO MVP for the Kiwoom Heroes in 2022. But with Lee coming off ankle surgery and providing a profile more oriented around contact than power, the 6-year, $113 million contract was widely regarded as an overpay by a Giants team desperate for a stick to stick. Here in 2025, however, we're starting to see Lee's professional pedigree shine through. We're starting to understand why people in Korea feel the grandson of the wind was born to break through. And we're starting to wonder if the Giants have the superstar they have long sought. To understand the importance of Lee to this Giants team, we must first understand some organizational history. When the franchise made the move to the West Coast during baseball's 1950s gold rush, it was able to say hey to San Francisco with the greatest all-around player of all time in Willie Mays. Mays remained their centerpiece basically until his age 40 season, by which point another Alabama-born Willie, with a last name of McCovey, had won an MVP and begun to take on top billing. In the ensuing decades, the Giants would have other stars like Bobby Bonds and a couple of Clarks, Jack the Ripper and Will the Thrill. They had Kevin Mitchell barehanding a ball before being handed the MVP in 1989. They had superb slugging infielders in Matt Williams and Jeff Kent, the latter of whom also won an MVP. And with a record-setting free agent splash prior to 1993, they landed the most gigantic giant of them all by maintaining some family bonds with Barry Bonds, who channeled his godfather Mays as a perennial league leader in pretty much everything. Bonds deposited ball after ball into McCovey's Cove and set both the single-season and career home run records. In the post-Bonds era, the Giants built an even-year World Series entree, not so much with transcendent stars of that ilk, but with clutch competitors who complemented each other and tortured the opposition. Among Bruce Bochy's bunch, the Panda Pablo Sandoval became the Giants' version of Mr. October. Madison Bumgarner etched his name into playoff lore. Tim Lincecum got freaky in 2 Cy Young seasons. Matt Cain enjoyed his brush with perfection. A remarkably stable bullpen expertly held down even the slimmest of margins. And in the center of it all was the Giants' homegrown heart and soul, a likely Cooperstown-bound catcher named Buster Posey. Alas, the seasons since that remarkable string of 3 rings in a 5-season span have generally been regarded as wilderness years for the Giants. They've made the playoffs a couple of times and had some sterling seasons from the likes of Brandon Crawford, Logan Webb, and Matt Chapman. But recent seasons have been defined more by who the Giants didn't have than who they did. The Giants offered mega money to future Hall of Famer Bryce Harper, and the potential Bryce-A-Roni puns practically wrote themselves. Didn't happen. Harper fled to Philly. There was enormous hope that the enormous Aaron Judge would leave the Bronx for his native Bay and not only become the first Giants hitter since Bonds to swat just 30 home runs, but perhaps reach into the 60 or 70 terrain that Bonds once traversed. Didn't happen. Judge returned to captain the Yankees. There was a deal basically done with slugging shortstop Carlos Correa, who was seen as the lineup centerpiece the Giants sorely needed. Didn't happen. Correa was in his San Francisco hotel room preparing for his introductory press conference when he found out he had failed the team physical. And the Giants were aggressive in their pursuit of Shohei Ohtani, with designs on making the two-way wonder the overlord of Oracle Park. Didn't happen. Ohtani didn't just spurn San Francisco, he twisted the knife by signing with the bitter rival Dodgers. Whiff after whiff wore on the Giants and their fan base, and while a Chapman extension, a recent pact with terrific shortstop Willie Adames, and the retired Posey's return to take over the front office are all good for the San Francisco soul, the team is still identified as one in need of a true transcendent talent. In his first MLB season in 2024, Lee did not appear to qualify either. He was just 37 games into his rookie year in MLB when he ranged back in pursuit of a deep fly ball at Oracle Park, crashed into the center field fence, and dislocated his left shoulder, requiring season-ending surgery. With only a .641 OPS prior to the injury, Lee had not inspired much confidence that his KBO stardom would translate to MLB. On MLB Network's list of the top 10 center fielders going into this season, Lee was predictably nowhere to be found. But the winds of change blow quickly, and the grandson of the wind has seen quite a shift in this 2025 season. He's fully healthy now, and on a Giants team that has been one of the most pleasant surprises in the early season, he has been nothing short of one of the most valuable players in baseball. In San Francisco, Lee has already become a star. For weekend home games, the team created a special center field section for fans known as the Jung-Hoo Crew. Then, a group of 51 fans, reflecting Lee's uniform number, organically created their own specific cheering section by calling themselves the Hooligans, with matching t-shirts and fire-inspired wigs. Soccer has its hooligans, and now baseball has its hooligans. But Lee's national coming out party came on the road, in Yankee Stadium, when he put San Francisco on the board in a Sunday matinee with a solo home run off former Giants All-Star Carlos Rodon.
There's a shot. Adios, pelota.
Then Lee turned a 3-1 deficit into a 4-3 lead with a 3-run go-ahead shot in the sixth.
Still going back. Goodbye. Jung-Hoo Lee. Is he a primetime guy or what?
Lee's first career multi-homer game placed him among the MLB OPS leaders and showed he's ready for the spotlight. He is Jung-Hoo Lee no more. The grandson of the wind is blowing through the league, inspiring his band of hooligans and taking center stage in San Francisco.